Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Moving on, we would like to invite a guest of honor, Dr. Ranjit Rath, Chairman and Managing Director of MECL. Dr. Rath is the Chairman Combined Managing Director of Mineral Exploration Corporation Limited, a mini Ratna CPSC under the Ministry of Mines. A practitioner geoscientist, Dr. Rath is an alumnus of IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, and Utkal University. He has a portfolio of multifarious roles, spanning from strategy formulation, business development, upstream asset management, and application of geosciences and exploration geology. Dr. Rath is a recipient of prestigious National Geosciences Award 2016 from the Honorable President of India.
Good afternoon. Professor Maitri, you made my day today. I can't say anything better than this. This is an opportunity to interact with the students of IIM-Nagpur. That is what I was looking forward to. And ladies and gentlemen, rule number 1, always sit in the front. Come to the front. Don't let anybody else take these chairs. Come to the front. This is strategy number 1. Please understand, anything that you will do in your career or rest of your career is strategy, nothing else. So it is a golden opportunity to be part of SMF. I'm so thankful that Professor Sahai and Professor Maitri has carved out a niche forum called Strategic Management Forum. Now, formally, thank you very much for those gracious words. I feel humbled. The object is not that who am I? The object is ideas don't have hierarchies. Never ever refrain yourself if you have some breakthrough ideas, even in classrooms or in your future career endeavors. I must compliment IIM-Nagpur and compliment each one of you because I am told that you all have got placement. Such a golden period of your time that you are still studying and you have already placed. Being a student myself, when I was in your schools, it was a tough call. 90s, late 90s. So if you have got a campus placement, that means you were less than 2% privileged students of the country. When I say privileged students, that means you have got responsibilities now. So we will have a quick discourse of the strategy, what any CEO, it's not that I have done it, it would have been done by any other CEO, given an opportunity, given an responsibility. I look forward to people like Professor Sahai, who has got a long career span as CEO of public sector undertaking and associated with IIM. Professor Pathak, I keep interacting with. Professor Pandya, dignitaries of the dais, and I'm told that about 1,000 odd students, practitioners, academicians have joined us today. It speaks volumes, and I bow my head because for me, these educational institutes are nothing less than a temple. And whatever we are, irrespective of our positions, because ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर कोई CEO बनेगा, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर कोई एक कंपनी की MD बनेगा. But whatever role we play, we must outperform ourselves, irrespective. Then the path is cut out for you. There will be someone, somebody who will keep track of you and your good deeds. So this is applicable not for us for our professional career. This is also applicable for us in our personal level also. And strategy for me is whatever you do, what actions you think, because end of the day, what you do is you think through. If you don't plan, if you don't think through your moves, like if somebody is playing sports, badminton, TT, cricket, we all talk about 83 right now. So the whole issue is, if you think through, then you have a strategy already in place. Now it is up to us to document it. And as IIM students, I must tell you, what is the distinction between being a student of IIM or other B schools? It is the case studies which are taught to you by your teachers. And in management, there is nothing called wrong or right. It is about taking a decision at the right point of time. So in all the case studies, you would see that your teachers would tell you how to adopt, how to accept, and how to approach for resolution of the problem. Only time will tell what decisions you have taken, whether that has turned out to be right or wrong. We are here to take decisions. We are not here to remain silent. We need leaders who want to assume responsibility. And this I tell to my own colleagues. I head an organization which is about 1,000 plus people. We have 35 plus is the average age. Means I have all the youngsters. I keep telling them, काम को तरासो, आपकी career खुद तरस जाएगी. So this is something we must practice. As far as disruption is concerned, we all have undergone a very transformational change to our approach to the life that we conduct ourselves, the way business is conducted. Now, one simple example, by virtue of hosting the event through a virtual conference, through Weblink, had increased the reach which otherwise would not have been possible. Similarly, I would also say that when somebody is hungering or longing for having a hung or longing for knowledge, the options are bountiful today. When you want to imbibe one specific leader, YouTube platform gives you those opportunities to learn how even you prepare yourself for your campus placement interviews. Fortunately, you are a blessed generation, which Professor Pathak and me, we can take the liberty of saying we didn't have that. Now, what happened when I say that ideas don't have hierarchy, that means whenever there is a discussion going on, irrespective of your position or the portfolio, if you have some breakthrough ideas, try to pitch it. Now, how do you pitch it? One option is, sometimes we do one thing, that to hug the limelight, we try to pitch ourselves. This is where strategy थोड़ा सा change करना है. First, take your immediate boss into confidence. Create a kind of a buy-in, and then let your immediate boss take a pitch. It's not about securing credit. It's about seeing that your idea floats and goes right upstairs and gets implemented. Credit अपने आप बन जाएगा. That means when you create a buy-in, when you create an ecosystem of, instead of I, we, that will be the differentiator. In a similar manner, one thing which we adopted in MECL, I'll draw parallels. One thing which we did in MECL, earlier we used to have two different kinds of uniform. One for executives, one for non-executives. The first thing that struck to me, and I'm sure that it's not me only who has done it, many people would have done it, and I'm getting an opportunity to share for you to learn. First thing we did, we said uniform has to be uniform, irrespective of executives or non-executive. Think about it, one stroke. It's not about saving money or otherwise, or zero saving. One stroke, you have the entire non-executive aligned to your thought. Tomorrow, when you will lead a team, you will have to work with them. You will have to eat with them. You will have to go to the field with them. Unless you have direct access to your team, unless you have a buy-in of your team, you will not be able to do what is expected of you. And it is the team which will actually deliver, not you. Another thing, when it was March 2020, just lockdown was announced, we had about 20 people, youngsters like you, as management trainee came to our office to join. Now, we had one option, now they cannot go back. So I started receiving frantic calls from their parents. What do we do? So with A, offices closed, B, I have 20 youngsters who want to join and they have already arrived. We said this is a golden opportunity to learn. And I'm sure every individual, best of their ability, must have used the work from home opportunity to learn and relearn. So we said, let us give them training by putting them in the guest house. So for 3 months, entire training program was conducted at that age. And today we have got a workforce which is raring to go. And I would again thank Professor Maitri to kind of giving us those kind words. MECL did outperform during the COVID times the last 48 years record. And again in 2021, last 49 years record. So we are celebrating the Golden Jubilee celebration. Now the credit is not of mine. The credit goes to every individual, right from the bottommost staff position to the general managers and executive directors and also the directors. It is the team effort. Now what has happened, despite this COVID conditions, the job of the CMD was to facilitate and gave them the bandwidth or the flexibility to operate. What we did, we said it is the responsibility of the general managers to see how many people would come to office or how many people would work from home. No questions asked. That gave us a buy-in and every individual worked without stoppage. We said, despite having this constraints of travel, we said if there is a shift change, there is a 15 days on off change, you can travel by availing taxis. This is something every other PSU must have done, and I'm not saying that MECL has done only, but these small things actually help to get a workforce which started believing on the target which has been assigned. One more thing, when we talk about strategy, one basic premises on every individual works is that we own our own destiny. Every decision, every choices that you make today should be an informed decisions. Sometimes it is not possible, but then everybody is not privileged to have the liberty or comfort of liking and doing the same thing. Sometimes we tend to be under peer pressure, under pressures of perceived notion to do something which we don't like. So if we are privileged, exercise that. What your heart says, do that. Time will pay off. It is not essential, again, it's not essential to become the CMD, but it is essential to become someone where अमिताभ बच्चन की जो स्टाइल है मुझे अच्छा लगता है, हमेशा मैं उसी को कहता हूँ बी ए प्रोफेशनल कि आप जहां से खड़े होते हो वहीं से लाइन शुरू हो. That's the kind of command you should have on your skill set or on your craft, where people would like to come and listen to you. And the academicians that we have, the teachers that we have who shape our career, they are best at their craft. Over a period of time, by interacting with students, by interacting with faculties, by interacting with academicians, by interacting with industry stalwarts, they sharp their skill and then they help you to sharp your skill. So this duration of formative years of 2 years is actually something which prepares a foundation. Rest is your own destiny, how you articulate yourself. We will talk about a couple of terms as part of strategy, which is very, very specific and individualistic. Number one, be responsive and look for responsibilities. It is very difficult. It's very easier said than done. You will have to toil hard, but assume responsibilities. That's going to be your hallmark of your career growth. Second, respect for others. We might have a team of 10 working together for a project or assignment which you would have already done. As you will grow in your career, you would have competition. It's good, it is healthy, but with respect, it becomes a very congenial workforce. Then inter-respect gives you a kind of a team structure. I keep telling this in my organization. We practice this through training. And one more thing, when you are taking training today, you would be imparted certain skills, but it is the trainer who gives the feedback to the management, and the management gets the feedback from the training sessions, how individually you are responding to those training. That is exactly what we did in MECL. We inducted training programs for executives and for non-executives. You would have different feedbacks from the set of executives and from the set of non-executives. And basis that, it is the management decision which is adopted. So this works as a feedback. So it actually helps both ways. So one is responsibility, second is respect for others. It is not necessary that you will be successful in whatever you touch, in whatever you do. There will be ups and downs. There will be failures. But for all that practical matter, failure is actually a learning curve. So what is important is you must imbibe something called a resilience approach. And these failures must be documented for future references, because it is not a failure, it is actually an effort which has not yielded the result it was intended to. So your bosses, your management is well aware of it. Therefore, resilience is something which is very, very crucial, and that is also one strategic approach. We did face a stumbling block in the first 9 months till December, rather November last year. We had a meeting, and normally we generally every other organization organizes such meetings of the senior management, of the workers, of the project managers. So we rescheduled our productivity and we surpassed all the records because of the productivity of the last 4 months. So let's not have failure come on our way. It's just a stepping stone to learn. Now, the next important thing is, how do you reskill yourself? That's a continuous process. Don't stop learning. Now, after MBA, you would find opportunities to have short courses. You would find opportunities to have executive courses. If need be, the organization supports, because I am a benefactor of such re-skilling approach. I have been privileged to have good bosses. That makes the difference. And I have been privileged to have good mentors. That made the difference. So always start looking at reskilling in your career, because for me, what I feel is these are those strategies which you would engage with, or you would adopt, or you would employ. Finally, give opportunities as you grow in your career to your youngsters. They are your future next. You must create another you to replace. Never ever behave or assume that you are replaceable. In the value chain of professionalism, it is every individual is dispensable. So create another you, or not one, create 10 of you as you grow in your career. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure interacting with you.